Nigeria, protests against police brutality turned violent as eyewitnesses say soldiers opened fire on demonstrators. Witnesses tell CNN that multiple people were shot and they say the gunfire went on for at least 15 to 30 minutes. And CNN's Lekki-Toll joins me now live. So, Lekki, we're getting these eyewitness accounts of Nigerian forces opening fire on peaceful protesters. What's the latest on this?
Yeah, and the latest that we're hearing on the ground in Lekki, which is an area in Lagos where the mayhem ensued, and that's what many Nigerians are calling it, that they're still hearing gunshots and gunfire heard across that area. Now, we had one eyewitness, which is DJ Switch. It's a Nigerian celebrity who posted a video on Twitter this morning walking in the streets in the same clothes she was wearing last night and hearing the gunshots. So we don't know who is shooting and what exactly is playing out in that moment right now, but it seems that the situation is still on the go, and you rightly say these are peaceful protesters, according to eyewitnesses, that then the national security forces opened gunfire directly on the demonstrators. What really happened was after the curfew was instated yesterday at 4 p.m. Local time, we started to see national security forces descend on the Lekki Bridge. This is where the peaceful protesters were stationed. Then we saw the physical removal of CCTV cameras, and then the electricity was turned off. When the sun went down and it was dark, that is when eyewitnesses say the army started with gunfire, and we're hearing of stories of bodies on the ground. We cannot confirm fatalities, but Amnesty International says they are concerned about the credible and disturbing reports coming through about possible fatalities. The Lagos governor, in the meantime, has confirmed that people have been hospitalized. But what's really important here is just how people are feeling right now. And this morning, so many people had called me overnight. We spoke to so many eyewitnesses. Everyone traumatized, disappointed, upset. People waking up feeling numb and saying that the one voice they haven't heard from is the president of Nigeria, even through this 2-week protest action that we've seen, which started off really peacefully, and then you started to see pockets and localized violence occurring, and then this curfew being instated after the vandalization of property. Nigerians are feeling really hurt and upset, and the general sentiment that we're hearing is of immense disappointment, Rosemary.
Yeah, and Lekki, I'm seeing some really disturbing footage being sent to me on Twitter. I wanted to ask you this too. Protesters are demanding protection and calling for an end to police brutality, but the police unit responsible for these brutal acts was disbanded and then formed again under a different name. So what happens now?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good question, because we've heard reports coming into CNN that the SARS unit, which they say was disbanded, has actually still been operational even after that fact. Now, the demonstrators and the protesters continued with their call to end police brutality even after the news that the government had officially disbanded the SARS unit, because they say a new unit was created very quickly under the name of SWAT. Is it just a rebranding exercise, but with the same people that have not been trained? And this has been the big issue, and of course they want to see prosecutions. And in the interim, we've actually seen police force being used against protesters, water cannons. A person lost their lives on Monday, so this is definitely be ongoing. What is next? You need to hear from government. The big message is there needs to be some kind of leadership. Nigeria turns 60 years this month. It's the month of independence. Many say this is a turning point. Historically, contextually, this is important, and also fascinating here that the protest action that we see has cut across the social spectrum. Executives, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and even unemployed youth have joined in this call. So it's going to be interesting to see. The next few days, I think, are going to be a big turning point. Nigerians are feeling hurt and upset today.
Absolutely. Lekki-Toll bringing us the latest on the situation on the ground in Nigeria. Many thanks.